What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today in this video we are gonna try to talk about the new limited hero Jingle Belle. Yeah, everybody was waiting for her and we are gonna try to find out if she is great or not, but as I said, yeah, we are gonna try to talk about her because I don't know if you already noticed it, but she has so much text on her skills. This is just insane. Look at that. This is the first skill. Then the passive is just taking the entire page. The ultimate is a bit shorter, but if you have a look also to the exclusive, this is completely absurd. The level 1 is taking the entire page, the second one is a bit shorter, and the exclusive 3 is even bigger than the first one. So at the end of the day, when you spend the entire day working a lot, and then you are a bit tired, you are trying to understand the hero, it's so freaking hard. I spent so much time trying to understand the hero correctly, and I'm not even sure that now I understood that correctly. Just tell me in the comment below if you understood what I said during the video. I'm curious to know. It's the only thing I want to know, in fact. So let's try to talk about her. I'm gonna try to explain the skills as simple as I can. So let's first of all talk about her passive, because this is the most important thing we have. So the passive, really big, isn't it? So at the beginning of the wave, she's gonna have be in one status. She's gonna rest. Okay, every turn she's gonna switch between the rest status and the rock and roll status. Okay, she has two status. When she's gonna be in the rest status, she's gonna have nothing special on her. When she's gonna be in the rock and roll status, she is gonna be immune to silence, horrify, and provoke. She's gonna have more chance to land a freeze on enemies because she can freeze on the ultimate and the basic attack. And the freeze inflicted by her cannot be blocked. So if you have a block debuff on your heroes, it's still gonna freeze your heroes. The only way to prevent your heroes from being frozen is to use the immunity of AhkTaar, but this is another limited hero, so if you have her, this is great. If you don't, you can't have her in 5 different teams in championship, right? So then next thing, using the passive. Second thing, every time an enemy is gonna take a turn, at the beginning of his turn, he is gonna take 2 different stages of attack. The first one is inflicting 70% of her attack in damage. The second one, the same coefficient, but it's gonna ignore the defense. So it's gonna be way better, in fact. Every time an enemy is gonna take her turn, you are gonna see that right after. Then something really important. You need to play her with a hero that makes your other heroes pursue and attack enemies. This is really important because this way she is gonna accumulate that specific buff above her head faster, and so it's gonna increase her damage on the first active skill. It's really important. When you make a pursuit, the hero in your team with the highest amount of attack, don't ask me why, this is the way it is designed. It's not that buff. Look at that, this is Madalena. She has the highest amount of attack in the team and she got a guitar above her head. It's not increasing her stats, okay, but every time depending if you have the exclusive one on her or not, she's gonna give an extra layer of that thing here every time she's gonna cast a skill, or without any exclusive, every time Madalena is gonna make a pursuit, she is gonna give her 1 layer of that buff. Okay, this is the way it's gonna work, and you can have only 1 hero with the ensemble status. Okay, the guitar here is the ensemble status. So I think that that was all for the passive. Okay, that was all for the passive. So every hero in your team can grant her 1 layer of that buff if they don't have that thing. This is what I understood correctly. I think I understood correctly. Tell me in the comment below if you tried her. But if you have a look, okay, I'm gonna reduce the speed. I'm gonna use the pursuit of Ben Austin. So my entire team is gonna pursue. You are gonna see that my Melchior has the same amount of attack as my Madalena, and so one of them is gonna have the ensemble status. So let's check and look at the layers of buff she's gonna have. Okay, 1 because she pursued, another one, a third one, and a 4th one. Okay, everybody in the team pursued, so it's working only 1 time per hero. So now I'm gonna use the ultimate. I'm gonna accelerate it just a bit. I'm gonna use the ultimate right here, doing nothing more, nothing more, nothing more, and then my Banostin is gonna take a turn. Look at that, this is the passive. They are taking their turn, and so she is landing a snowball to them. And this is pretty nice, it's some extra damage. And now I'm gonna reuse that skill, okay? So let's do that. So she's gonna pursue, she get one more layer. Another one, so now she has the max amount of layers, 6 without any exclusive, so she can't get anything more, and now you can release that skill. So let's talk about that skill. She's gonna summon 3 snowballs on a single enemy. Every snowball is gonna land 2 stages of attack, and she's gonna land an extra snowball for each layer of that buff she has above her head. So the more you have, the stronger the attack. Okay, 2 stages of attack per snowball, up to 9 snowballs in total. This is almost the same kind of skill as for Gilliman or Nilua. This is why I have a Gilliman in the team. So on all her skills, she deals 2 stages of attack. The first one is dealing 65% of damage here, and the second stage of attack is gonna deal the same coefficient of damage, but it's gonna ignore the defense, okay? And each time you land 2 snowballs, the next snowball, so the third one, is gonna have an extra coefficient of damage. This is the first active skill. Basically, if I use it, it's gonna consume the layers I have above her head. It's gonna attack the target, and the more the layers you have, the better. Okay, so let's continue the fight just a bit more, so we get back to her. Perfect. Let's pursue, and look at that. Now the heroes without the ensemble status are not giving her any layers, okay? So it's working only on the first pursue and attacks, and then you need only to make some pursuit with that hero with the ensemble to get more layers, okay? This is important to take that into consideration. So the ultimate, she's gonna land 2 stages of attack on all enemies 4 times, so 8 attacks in total. You are gonna have 4 attacks, 52% of attack per stage, so 200% attack damage classic, and then you are gonna have 200% attack damage ignoring the defense. So it's pretty interesting. If you are targeting a target under free status or a boss, you are gonna increase the damage of the stage of the 4th time to 160% of the original. So basically, on the 4th stage of attack, you are gonna deal a bit more damage. If the target is not frozen, you are gonna have 60% chance to freeze the target. And also, if you are in the second status, in rock and roll status, you are gonna deal more damage on the 4th attack using that skill. Really hard to understand. On the basic attack, she's gonna deal 2 stages of attack damage to a single enemy. The second stage is gonna ignore the defense. A bit more damage on the basic attack though. If the target is under free status or is a boss, you are going to increase the damage of the second stage to 140% of the original and remove 1 layer of buff from the target. If not, you have some chance to freeze the target. So it's pretty interesting. Her highest coefficient of damage is almost on the basic attack, so when you make pursuits with her, it's really nice. You're gonna deal a lot of damage, so probably with Restore she's gonna make a good combo. So now, you know what, let's talk about the exclusive, because it's really interesting and hard to understand. So look at the first one. She is gonna get 1 layer of her unique buff on her head to increase her potential of damage, her number of attacks here. Every time she's gonna cast a skill, or when the hero with ensemble is gonna cast a skill. And so it helps you to have more layers faster and deal damage faster to the enemy. So then when you have the 6 layers of that unique buff on her, without the exclusive one, you are stuck. You can't go further than that, and every layer are wasted after the 6 first layers. Here it's going to be converted into another unique buff, Surprising Gift, and you know what? The thing that is really hilarious, if you have a look here, Surprising Gift guitar, The icon is a sapling. Yes, the icon is a sapling. And if you have a look to the ensemble status, the icon is a guitar. There is no logic at all, but let's go back to the skill. So, the surprising gift guitar is gonna come after. You're gonna see that. I'm gonna change that just a bit, put the exclusive one here, and it's gonna be easier to understand. You are gonna see what is gonna happen. So I'm gonna use that. She's gonna get some layers above her head. I'm gonna use that, so I'm not using the layers. And now she has ensemble, and so she can grant her a layer every time she's gonna cast an active skill. So now I reach the 6 layers. I can continue with other heroes to deal some damage, and when I'm gonna make more pursuits, I'm gonna get a sapling. So let's use that, and now she's gonna have a sapling above her head. Okay, it's working the same way as the first kind of layers, but it's dealing more damage. Okay, if you have a look to the exclusive here, okay, each buff, each rolling snowball, if each surprising gift guitar is gonna deal 2 stages of 100% attack damage. The second one is gonna ignore defense as always, and every time you are gonna consume your surprising gift guitar, it's gonna increase your damage by 90% per layer consumed, up to 1000%. This can be really strong, so be careful when you are casting that skill. Maybe you want to open the fight using that one so you can stack your layers, and after that you casted that skill, so you are in rock and roll status, you are casting that and you are dealing more damage. Then the second exclusive is really important because your heroes are gonna give her faster her layers. We are gonna see that. So if if I click here, exclusive level 2, so really important if you want to deal damage faster. So I'm gonna cast that 4 layers. I'm gonna cast that skill. She's gonna get 1 more thanks to the first exclusive, and as you can see, every hero has the ensemble status, so every time they are gonna cast an active skill, she is gonna get 1 more layer. Look at that. Now she already has a sapling, and now she has a second sapling, and every time Ben Austin is gonna make the others pursue the targets, then she is gonna get 1 more sapling. Look at that, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now using that skill she's gonna destroy the target. Look at that, she has really bad stats. And also it's interesting to have a look to the damage. So if you compare her with Gilliman here, she deals more damage but less damage than Melchior for now, because he is one of the best nuker in the game using the first active skill, and a bit more than Madalena. So she has a great potential, but when you are gonna release that skill, if you have a look to the damage now, did you see all the layers of damage? And now 1210k. This is way better than before. 500k in single target, way better than Gilliman. This is so freaking great, and this is the exclusive 2, but the third one is gonna be even better. So we are gonna put the exclusive 3 on her, and as always the exclusive 3 unlimited heroes is way better than the others. So let's check what it does. Here, exclusive 3, at the beginning of each wave, she already starts the fight with rock and roll status. That means when you cast that skill, you are gonna have the damage bonuses on the first turn. This is so freaking great. So she's gonna deal way more damage because 300% of the original. This is so great. And when you have a look here, she's still gonna have the same buffs as before. That means immunity, silence, horrify, provoke, more freeze, hit, and freeze cannot be blocked. Okay. Then if you have a look to other stuff, for every layer of surprising gift snowball obtained, this is the unique buffs given by other heroes in your team, she's gonna increase her skill damage and attack by 2%, and you can have up to 50 layers. They are gonna remain until the owner after the owner dies and at wave transition. So in dungeon, that exclusive is gonna make a difference. For example, if you are fighting against Ifrit or Growlin, against waves, you are gonna get more stats, and when you are gonna reach the boss fight, she's gonna probably destroy the boss. I'm pretty sure of that. I can't try that today, but probably at the end of the week, it can be interesting to try that, right? And after that, at the beginning of enemy's turn, snowball summons are gonna be upgraded to Christmas gifts, and it's gonna increase the damage to 180% of the original snowballs. So the passive damage you deals at the beginning of enemy's turn are gonna deal 180% more damage. Are gonna increase to 180% of the original damage. So she's gonna begin to hit really hard in PvP. So now if we have a look to her damage, I didn't change the stats of heroes, so she has a bit less attack than the others because they are exclusive 5 and she's only exclusive 3. But when you check the damage in overall, yeah, look at the damage. That was already insane. 800k, okay? 800k. So Melchior is probably gonna hit harder than that. Yeah, just a bit more, okay? But over time, she's gonna get her layers of buffs, and so she's gonna deal way more damage. But now she is in the third status, okay? This is rock and roll heavy, and so now she deals more damage. So let's cast that skill with her. Let's increase her layers. Look at that, she gets some so freaking fast. And now we are gonna check the difference. Already 1162k because they took a lot of damage at that turn, and now let's use that. 600k, more than 600k on single target. This is gonna be so great. Let's use Gilliman just to see, because Gilliman hits really hard, right, with her first active skill. So 500k, and now if we check, she deals only 300k. On one of my previous videos, I was showing the power of Gilliman in PvP. She was nuking really hard in PvP. I could one-shot the entire team. Imagine her instead of Gilliman. She's gonna destroy the game. But is she mandatory? Probably in dungeons, Growlin or Efreet, she's gonna be really nice, deal a lot of damage. In PvP, she's gonna be interesting, but you don't want to use her in the classic kind of team you are normally using. I'm gonna show that to you right after. Using Melchior, because you already have a great team with that. For example, if I show you my team in PvP, I'm gonna try to take a good player, that one, why not? And we are gonna try to use, you know what? Let's try that team, okay? You already have a team, that one using all the heroes to increase your damage, okay? You have a Popper to reduce the defense and the tenacity of enemies, Jack and Roll to increase the damage of Melchior, Esther to increase the damage and the turn meter of Melchior, and okay, Nilua is just here to cleanse my heroes, as you are gonna see. Okay, so now I'm using that, now that to remove some buffs. I'm gonna increase the damage of my Melchior. I'm gonna give the extra turn and the damage bonus to my Melchior, and my Melchior is gonna nuke the entire team, and the fight is already over. Look at that. So you already have that team. You are not gonna replace your Melchior by her, but you are gonna try to use her in another team, probably using Lydia and other heroes like Nereid in order to increase her damage and try to do a second great team to nuke hard. This is, I think this is the way to play her. But maybe I can be wrong because this is only the first day. I don't have her in the real game, so I don't really know. It's up to you to decide if you want to summon for her or not. I am gonna summon for her because I saved my wishes 2 months during 2 months, and so I have some pities. I'm gonna try to get a bit more, because I still have some vouchers, so I'm gonna buy some more, and I finger crossed, I hope I'm gonna have the exclusive 3. So that was all for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If it's the case, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. If I hide yeah, I think I wanted to move myself. The result, the damage were behind me, I guess, right? So tell me in the comment below. That was really bad to do that. We saw nothing and we didn't saw the score of her damage, etc. Tell me in the comment below. I'm sorry for that. Next time, I promise I'm gonna move myself to the right, so you're gonna be able to see. I'm sorry about that. That was stupid as always. Have a nice day. See you soon. Bye bye.